60 seconds.
Yeah, hello, this is Sonny. I'm out at the gate.
I am not gonna put him in leather pants. He looks ridiculous.
Okay,
He looks ridiculous without the leather pants.
What are you guys doing here, camera 3? Oh, never mind. Contestants, Raul here. How many people do we have playing?
Yeah, mount the...
Just the one.
Playing alone, huh? Well, who says you can't have fun by yourself, huh? Who says that? Probably people with friends, I imagine. Well, go. Oh, yeah. Hey, I need to know if you want to play a game with 21 questions or a game with
21,
7.
baby.
All over it for you.
30 seconds.
Your buzzer is the letter B, as in bric-a-brac.
Get out of here, you kidding me?
20 seconds.
No contest.
Ooh, 20 seconds. All right, listen, this is easy as pie. Pie the food, not the number.
Yeah, we got you.
Comes on the screen, you think you know the answer, you buzz in. You pick one of the choices on the screen, all right?
10 seconds.
All right,
9,
good luck.
8, 7,
And
6,
get rid of the death
5,
cup.
4,
Let's go to black.
3.
Rollster available in gray, tan, black, and red clay. Genuine imitation brush, leather hat, fringe vest, and couch spurs available separately.
You know where it's been. Uh-huh. Act like I never seen this game before. Don't be silly.
It's time for the show where high culture and
Yeah.
pop culture collide.
Welcome to You Don't Know Jack TV. My name is Schmitty, and I want to be the first to congratulate you for dragging yourself away from the idiot box for a minute so that you could sit in front of a computer game by yourself. Okay, looks like just the two of us today, huh? Great. Now
Don't
I'll say
argue
whatever
too
I want
much
to.
with it, Schmitty.
Yeah,
Just take
baby.
it.
Okay,
Take
come
the
on,
fact
let's go.
that somebody's actually playing you.
All right, I need a category.
And now climbing up the charts all the way to number 1.
We're calling this one All My Wives. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. See if you can wrap your skull around this. Say the folks from Melrose Place are on the game show to tell the truth. When asked, will the real Mrs. Mancini please stand up, which of these Melrose women will not rise? Sydney, Amanda, Kimberly, or Jane?
I'm gonna guess Sydney, but I ain't sure.
Survey says... So you don't lose any sleep over it. Although they did sleep together for a brief period, Michael never married Amanda. And you know why? Because she's saving herself for me. Yeah, it's a curse I gotta live with.
Sure.
Throw me a category. Coming at you, Boss Ball. You give me a right answer, I'll give you $3,000. Okay, how about the Carol Burnett show, where you got Tim Conway, who played the balding boss with the inept secretary? You know, Mrs. O'Wiggins. Given his character's name, what could Mrs. O'Wiggins say if she picked him up and threw him? Just practicing up on my moot ball. I love to play dwarf ball. I'm just playing a little tut ball. Or Dennis, anyone?
Do I dare say it's Tudball?
Tim Conway's hairpiece and mustache-wearing executive is named Mr. Tudball. Yeah, baby. Who doesn't like to throw tud balls around the office? If you understand that joke, write me. All right, pick a category.
This is question 3.
I mean,
Let's see what we
I've
got
seen the
going.
Carol
What
Burnett
about
show,
like
but
this?
that
You
just
get it right, you
went
get
over my head.
2K. Okay, imagine this. While watching the end of the Waltons, you hear "Good night, Chet," and "Good night, David." What has probably happened? 2 anchormen are staying with John Boy. The actors are using their real names. The Bosom Buddies guys have moved in, or nothing. Everything is perfectly normal.
I think 2 anchormen are staying with John Boy.
Good night, Chet. Good night, David was the regular closing to NBC's Huntley Brinkley Report, a news show in the 50s and 60s. Later on the 11 o'clock news, the bedtime story. Is it killing your children? Find out tonight. Time to pick a category.
Hi, 4.
For your enjoyment, Kenneth does the wave? I'm gonna make this one $1,000. Hey, remember when newsman Dan Rather was assaulted by that guy that kept asking, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?" Well, say Dan Rather had referred the assailant to the organization that actually assigns TV frequencies. What might Dan have said? Go ask the BBC, Bartholomew. Try calling the RDA, Spencer. Check with the FCC, Rudolph. Or talk to the AAP, Waylon.
That sounds like the FCC or Federal Communications Commission.
FCC, it stands for the Federal Communications Commission, the very kind people responsible for organizing radio and television frequencies. I'm not sure what Dan Rather's assailant's name was, but what if it were actually Rudolph? You know, I bet he'd feel really stupid after he called Dan Kenneth. He doesn't even look like a Kenneth. Category, please. Well, what do we have here? Sometimes the price is too high. You're looking at $3,000 on this one. Hey, now everybody's a big Price is Right fan, right? I mean, when you go to parties, you sit around and you talk about that moment in 1979 when the show's most famous blooper occurred, right? Well, imagine that the best way to get picked to play The Price is Right is to emulate that infamous contestant's approach to the stage on that 1979 episode. What should you do? Scream curse words at Bob Barker, throw money at Bob Barker, knock Bob Barker unconscious with a purse, or show Bob Barker your breasts.
I think it would be 4.
On that infamous Price is Right episode, this woman's name is called. She books down to contestants row, and boom, tube top, history. You know, those were the first breasts I ever saw. I swear to you, to this day, the words "come on down" still make my knees weak. Oh, God. Give me a category. Yeah, way to choose that category. You're about to take a bite out of a
This or that.
And this This or That questions category is plot lines as old as yesterday's news. Now, I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, I want you to tell me if the character is married to an intrepid female reporter or not. As each name pops up, if the guy is
So
married
basically,
to a reporter, press 1.
is
If
the
he's
wife
not
a
married
reporter
to
or
a
not
reporter,
one?
press 2. And to skip it, press 4. You get $500 for each right answer, and you lose $500 for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. All right, give me 30 seconds on the clock. Let's do it. Jason from Growing Pains, wife a reporter or not? Steven from Family Ties. Major Dad.
Of course she is.
George, the guy from Webster. The Greatest American Hero. Hayden Fox from Coach. Last one, Clark from Lois and Clark.
All right.
7. I hope you don't think it's going to be this easy every time.
I mean,
okay, let's look at your new score.
5 out of 7 will, 6 out of 7 will take it.
Well, now, if I didn't know any better, I'd... All right, I need a category.
Hi.
Order.
Don't shoot. Got him out.
Tonight.
Savory.
I love you, question 7.
I believe this one is called We're Putting the Band Back Together. $2,000 for a correct answer. Flex those fingers, here it comes. Several TV shows have had their theme songs hit #1 on the Billboard Pop Singles chart. If the show's cast decided to form their own bands, which band would you not see? Sonny Crockett and the Miami Brass, the Notorious SWAT, the Trippin' Daisy Dukes, or the Sweat Hog 5?
SWAT?
Oh, yeah! The correct answer is Waylon Jennings' theme to the Dukes of Hazzard only made it to number 21 before falling off the pop charts. So, no Trippin' Daisy Dukes, which is really too bad. I mean, talk about a group made for MTV. Yeah, baby.
Oh.
All right, pick a category. Shake hands with I Love Lucci. We're playing for $3,000 this time. Here's the question.
All right, let's see what we can do
Imagine
here.
that daytime TV star Susan Lucci finally wins an Emmy, but instead of the statue, they give her the item that inspired its name. What would she receive? A cigarette lighter, a camera tube, a TV antenna, or a little girl?
I think it'd be the girl.
They would give her a little girl. You know, I think that giving away children as prizes might be a little, what's the word? Illegal? Okay, now, here's a good answer. The name Emmy comes from IMI, the nickname for the Image Orthicon camera tube, of course.
I am so grateful to... Damn it, that thing is hot!
Throw me a category.
We fill your tank and check your number 9.
Open wide and get ready for, I'd just like to add, you get this one right, you get 3,000
You know what, you should
greenbacks.
just
Okay,
shouldn't
I'm
have
not
waited
lying
so
when I
long.
say you need to pay attention. I'm going to list off some TV show titles with numbers in them, except I'm not going to mention the numbers. You follow me? So Route 66 is like root, and 8 is enough is just going to be is enough. You got it? Good. Here we go.
Yeah.
Which of these TV show equations equals 1,000? Mystery Science Theater minus minutes, Babylon plus Room plus Queens Boulevard, Rescue plus Adam plus Sunset Strip, or Beverly Hills minus Hawaii. You gonna be all right?
Yeah, I think so. The answer is 3.
Rescue 911, Adam 12 and 77 Sunset Strip, add up to 7 and 2, 9, 1. Oh, for goodness sakes, 1,000. Hey, quit your moaning. I could have asked you to divide by 227.
That would just be
Pick a
cruel.
category.
The following is a test of question 10. This is only a test.
May I introduce? Give me some skin. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. All right, here's a little helpful hint for you. Ophthalmologists recommend you visit the eye doctor once a year. Say your eye doctor tells you that your eyesight has deteriorated from watching the Playboy channel without getting it de-scrambled. What would be the most appropriate response? Damn that tap scan. Oh, you fiendish bandwidth. I suffer for the subplexio. Or it's that cursed encryption.
I believe that would be encryption.
When you get a TV signal, it's all changed and everything, so it can't be received without a decoder. That's encryption. And contrary to any other rumor you may have heard, that's the thing that makes you go blind. Now, if this were a TV show, this is where you get up and use the bathroom, but I'm in kind of a hurry, so let's move right into round 2. Don't forget, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. Category, please. This one's called, It's Not Polite to Pointers, Sister. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Heads up, here it comes. If the Pointer Sisters added TV's Sister Betrill to their lineup, what song would fans most likely hear in their repertoire? He's so transsexual, neutron topless dancer, fly for my love, or I'm so electric.
That would be Fly for My Love.
Sister Betrill is the title character from the 1960s
The
sitcom
Flying Nun.
The Flying Nun.
I've seen a bit too much for this.
Already has a lock on that whole singing nun thing, though. Give me a category.
All right, I have to quit. That was a good hint there. Richard Dawson is the correct
I promise,
answer.
Richard Dawson is not the right answer. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, we're gonna do this question in like a Family Feud motif, all right? You gotta buzz in and type the most popular answer to get the cash for this question. You got it? Here we go. We asked 100 people we found hanging around the studio to name a TV game show host. Type in what you think the #1 response was. You want it, you got it.
I'm going to try this.
U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
Let's see which TV game show host the most people named. Alex Trebek! 28 people said Alex Trebek, which makes a lot of sense. Most of the losers who hang around this studio spend their lunch hours watching High Rollers. You know, at least you can get a good craps game in. All right, pick a category.
Flash, we interrupt this game to bring you a special question.
Today's specialties include presenting a final sum exclamation. We're talking 6K here, so pay attention. Oh, that cagey Matlock. He's feeling left out, what with Dick Clark and Ed McMahon having their own sweepstakes and all, so he's decided to give away his most recent earnings. If Matlock were to hold a sweepstakes with a grand prize equal to the amount he charges for a case, what would your sweepstakes mailing say? You may have already won nothing. You may have already won $33,000. You may have already won $100,000. Or you may have already won $1 million.
I'm gonna guess nothing.
No, wait, it's true. You have won nothing.
Oh.
I could have given you some cash if you picked this one. Matlock always charges $100,000 for a case, and he always wins. And if you don't believe me, you can watch the Matlock channel. Or do you still call it TBS? Throw me a category. Uh-oh, fresh
Gibberish question. What?
One gibberish category coming up. Legal action against noisy eaters. $10,000 right off the bat for this one. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. All right, slam that buzzer and start typing when you can tell me what show this rhymes with.
Band the way he smacks. Band the way he smacks.
First clue, it's an animated show. Yeah, do it. Start typing. The story of how the Warner Brothers built a film and television empire while living in a water tower. It's amazing stuff.
You wish you could do that.
All right, I need a category.
The thrill of answering. The agony of 15.
Oof.
Let's have a big warm welcome for what's in an extraordinarily masculine name. How does $4,000 grab you? Hey, how about that show Jake and the Fat Man? I remember one of the characters is a PI, one is a DA, and one is a bulldog, but I can never remember which is which. So help me out. Which of the following correctly describes, in order, Jake, Max, and the Fat Man? The PI, the dog, and the DA. The DA, the PI, and the dog. The DA, the dog, and the PI. The dog, the DA, and the PI. Yeah, have fun.
I think it's one.
Jake is the PI, Max is the bulldog, and the Fat Man is the... come on,
District
we're gonna
attorney.
He's the fat guy, okay? There, you happy? Now, for the rest of the game, they're going to make me refer to the show as Jake and the really, really sensitive, caring human being who has slight food dependency issues. Time to pick a category.
You're going to refer to the
And our
game again,
special
though?
guest
That's the
tonight,
real
is that the
question.
name on his driver's license? 4K coming your way for a right answer. Hey, kids, it's howdy doody time. Imagine that Mrs. Livingston from The Courtship of Eddie's Father marries her boss, Tom Corbett. Given what she calls him on the show, how might she refer to herself? Tom's Geisha Girl, Mrs. Mr. Eddie's Father, Mrs. T, or Mrs. Mr. Man?
Mrs. T, maybe?
You want to see what the smart money says? Mrs. Livingston always refers to Tom Corbett as Mr. Eddie's father, so she would become Mrs. Mr. Eddie's father. Things got really complicated at first because she wouldn't let Eddie call her mom.
Good night, Eddie.
Good night, Mrs. My father's new wife.
Category, please.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
God bless.
You're beautiful.
This category is known as Save It, Spend It, or Sag It. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. Okay, imagine that you made it to the voting round on America's Funniest Home Videos. If your video of getting hit in the privates by a bowling ball finishes behind a video of a goat nuzzling a man's privates, what might you do with your second place prize? Buy a new $2,000 bowling ball. Buy a new $3,000 video camera. Buy a new $10,000 set of prosthetic privates, or take your turtle wax and go home.
I think you get 3,000 for second.
On the TV show, Bob Saget awards $10,000 to the first place winner, $3,000 to the second place, and $2,000 to the third. And I hope you were listening carefully, because that'll be the only time you hear the phrases Bob Saget, TV, and awards in the same sentence. Give me a category.
You know what? You're playing great. I'll stop bugging you now. You know what? Actually, just one
Sure.
more question. Question 18.
Here we have, you take the bad, you take the really bad. How does $2,000
And they are
sound?
the facts
See what
of
you can do
life.
with this one. Suppose the guy who wrote the theme song to The Facts of Life serenaded the girls outside their window. What might we see next? Blair blowing a kiss to Alan Thicke, Joe making eyes at Paul Williams, Natalie dropping a love note to Weird Al, or Tootie skating away with John Denver.
I think it was Alan Thicke.
Believe it or not, the theme song to The Facts of Life was written by Growing Pains star Alan Thicke. Wow, I gotta tell you, my respect for Alan Thicke just, well, it didn't really change that much.
Yeah, same.
All right, I need a category. For your viewing pleasure, Murphy's Law of Secretaries. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. Hey, have you ever noticed that Murphy Brown has some running gags that recur from episode to episode? Yeah,
sure.
And have you noticed that people are following you? I'm kidding. All right, well,
no.
If they added a weekly reference to Murphy Brown having an affair with her secretary, then what would we know about Murphy Brown's sex life? She's attracted to tall men. She's lonely. She sleeps with a lot of different people, or she only sleeps with old ladies.
It's, they have one of the gags is they have a new secretary each week.
Murphy Brown changes secretaries so often that in the credits, they're listed by numbers rather than names. Of course, number 69 is her favorite. Throw me a category.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
All right, give it up for variety shows are the spice of life. $2,000 for correct answer. Let's see how you handle this one. Given what took place during the 3rd season of the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, what song would have been the best choice for the show's finale during that season? She's Having My Baby, Chapel of Love, Run Joey Run, or D-I-V-O-R-C-E?
I think they split up.
By the last season of the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, Sonny and Cher went through a D-I-V-O-R-C-E. Which was the reason it was C-A-N-C-E-L-L-E-D.
Well, I thought it was ratings that did that, though.
All right, pick a category. You are about to embark upon the attack. Hit your buzzer when you see 2 words that match. $2,000 if you're right, 2,000 off if, well, someone's in a big
We got
hurry
it.
to get to the attack. I wonder if you could find the
I was
time to
looking
look
for a
at
good
this.
time and I got disappointed.
Big names in the business. And in case you were wondering, yours ain't one of them. Good luck.
Riley. Vincent. Smith. Raphael. Thomas. Thiessen. Abby Wayans. Live in living color.
There it is. Hey, way to go, player one. You know more about TV trivia than anyone else who played that time. How does that make you feel, huh? Kind of
Good.
like...
Very nice, people. If you ask me, that was worthy of syndication. Okay, get the commercials rolling, and hey, Raul, are we playing again?
Way to go, player. Not only did you make the high scoreboard, you knocked somebody else off it. Way to go. Hey, you want to play again? Give me
Well,
the
that person was going to be a thing anyway.
By fitting snugly on any pant loop or with the optional quick draw action belt, Rollster never lets you down because it's always by your side. You want control? You want Rollster.
Rollster available in gray, tan, black, and red clay. Genuine imitation brush leather hat, fringe vest, and couch spurs available separately.
Each week on the...
Alright, this concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack TV. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment in the section below. Subscribe and spread the word. This is Sick and Squeeze Gaming. And